and industry experts, and the Barayamal community can join in the live conversation and ask any questions you have, as long as it's all PG. So, so today we have Kayla, who is originally from the Northern Territory and the co-founder and director of our Songlines, which is an Indigenous tourism marketplace, which is pretty cool. So Kayla, just tell us, where you're from, who's your mob, and what you're doing now.
Yeah, so I'm Kayla. I am from Darwin originally. My mob is Gurrindji. So we're best known for the Wave Hill Walk-Off, which is extremely cool to be part of such a strong, resilient mob who, have had songs written, Paul Kelly's From Little Things, Big Things Grow is about our mob and how we started off, on the land title claims. So it's pretty cool to be a part of that.
Yeah, very cool. And it's the land claims, title claims, making an impact in community that you're aware of? Or?
Yeah, well, it was like the famous Gulf Whitlam Nari picture, which I think is so empowering for all Indigenous people. I think that it's definitely rippled through the community, and it's a big piece. That's what we all need, really. It proves, we were here first, and we have that claim.
Yeah, massively, and it's had a really positive impact, through communities. Obviously, that led to the Native Title Act, across the country, and I think there's been a few challenges with that trying to get land back, and some of it's been extinguished, and there's only certain parts of land that we can actually claim back, and put in lengthy proposals and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's amazing that your mob actually kickstarted it all.
Yeah, it's really cool, but yeah, it's difficult. It's a difficult place. I mean, how do you claim the land when other people are living there? Or it's a messy thing to work through. But I think it's just remain true, and even the acknowledgement to countries, and our platform's going to, show all the language groups and everything like that. So I think that's really important, the acknowledgement and the awareness.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, talking about your platform, so you moved down to Melbourne, Victoria, and what got you into actually, starting your own business? Because previously you've worked a lot in government, haven't you?
Yeah, so I feel very safe in a government organisation, like working in a very comfortable area. But I decided I was selected to be part of the IBA's Futures Forum program, which brought together people under 30 or Indigenous people under 30, and we were on Warramai country in New South Wales, and we were all really inspired by each other and the stories that we were told. And it was just like the energy in the room just really, it just inspired us to make something, help our cause, push it forward. I think there was key issues found, like talking to people like Bruce Pascoe and Terry Jenke, who talked about their stories and how they had uncomfortable situations where they pushed the boundaries on what Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander should be. Sit back and accept what we've been given, and they've gone, no, this is the way forward. We need to push our culture on people and teach the story that is actually true. So Bruce Pascoe is author of Dark Emu. He's been going through diaries of the initial settlers that came in, and mapping out the actual agriculture journey that they identified in their diaries about Aboriginals and how they use the land, and Torres Strait Islanders how they use the land. Terry Jenke was one of the first female lawyers and Aboriginal A Torres Strait Islander she is. So she talked about, the difficult path it was for her to push through the cultural barriers. And it really got us thinking about how, we can be comfortable just, sitting in and blending in and just being part of something, or we could push the boundaries, get our culture out there, teach people from our perspective, and really grow a booming Indigenous culture. Because really, we're the first bakers in the world, and we're the oldest living culture in the world. It should be known, it should be spread everywhere, and we should be marketing it. Australian government should be marketing that as one of our highlighting points.
Definitely. Do you think, tough question on the spot, but do you think the government's, truly in it to help, or do you think there's just a lot of tokenistic gestures and that kind of stuff? Because obviously there's a lot of money that supposedly goes into Indigenous affairs, but where's the accountability? What's the actual impact there?
Well, I think that that's a very difficult question, but I think that they're obviously...
You probably need another coffee.
Yeah, they're obviously motivated by the people, and I don't think that until this point people have been ready to support Indigenous culture for what it really is. But I feel that's changing. I am getting really interesting questions rather than, the standard, hunter-gatherer kind of images. I'm getting, the first bakers in the world, you've got the oldest living culture. So I'm getting much more interesting questions. And, my gorgeous 8-year-old niece came up to me and she goes, "Oh my God, were you one of the First Nations people?" So it's getting taught in schools, and people are ready, and I think that will influence the government. So the government will only give as much as the people want.
Yeah, that's true. And so you at this forum, you were inspired, from some of the people who spoke there. What made you, come up with the idea for our Songlines for an Indigenous tourism marketplace?
Yeah, so that was, I always wanted that, being also living on Bunurong land. It's not my mob, but I really wanted to find out about the culture around me, and even traveling out, find out about what's near me. Where I'm from was not very diverse, shall I say. So there was limited choices. I think me and one other person were the only Aboriginal kids in the school. So that was my schooling experience. I had teachers making Aboriginal jokes. It was not a healthy, thriving area. But to kind of, apart from mum and dad, my family, obviously, there was nowhere for me to get books and find true stories, or go out and be like, here's a place with cultural significance. So I wanted to make that available to people, so they could, if they want to research it, they're able to. They can go out there and pick up their phone and track their location and see what's around them. So that was really important to me to have that available. And then once I started doing the research into it, I saw that was a big missing part, and international tourists are looking for that and can't find it either. So it's definitely it was my own experience that really pushed me to do this, to make this happen.
And how has it progressed so far?
So we have developed the software in order to upload all the information. So our platform exists as it is, and we're going through discussing with businesses and land councils, trying to get them on board to be part of it. The key message for us, and something that we don't want to compromise, is that we want the mobs to tell their own story. We don't want to, as you know, it's all very individual. So we want to make sure that it's being told truthfully and from the people. We don't want to push our own perceptions onto other mobs, and we don't want other people to either. So we really want to work with everyone in order to tell a true story. So it's going to be a long process, but it's really interesting. We're learning a lot as we do it.
So is there a lot of interest from community and international travellers?
So we haven't reached out to international travellers yet. I've been talking to businesses and stuff, and everyone's really interested in it. We've had a really positive response. A lot of people have said the same thing, that they really wanted this when they were growing up, and they want to partner with us because they want to help young entrepreneurs in the future to grow up, put their businesses on our app, and we'll promote it for free.
Yeah, that's cool, and it makes sense. When I was at doing my Master of Business at QUT, like 80% of the students were international. So I actually did a study and with the international students, and found out, most of them never had an Indigenous experience while they were here, and they were really keen to, have a real Australian experience. So
yeah,
so that's really cool. So you've got this idea of been reaching out to mob, getting feedback, getting people on board. What's happening now? Like, you just got into an accelerator program at university?
Yeah, so we're part of the Spark Deacon and also the Barayamal accelerator programs. So we've been working, a little plug there, we've been working with mentors and doing lots of workshops and things to help develop our skills. So one of the key people for us has been a lady called Olga, who works at Deakin. She's been helping us with reaching out and communication, that kind of thing. It's not really our area of expertise. But it's been a really interesting journey trying to push ourselves out of our comfort zone and into this whole new world of entrepreneurial activity where we're networking all the time and reaching out with businesses all the time and sitting down and having chats. But it's been really good. We've had a really great experience. IBA have been amazing support for us, and all the people who are at the Futures Forum have been reaching out to assist us as well. So it's a really bubbling, vibrant community. We're seeing so many Indigenous people wanting to help each other.
How so with the support? Like, have you got anything tangible, or has it just been mostly intangible, just saying, nice work, really like your idea?
It's more networking, so it's more introducing the right people, which is it's key for us in this platform. So we really need people in key areas to join on and to get excited and to be part of the journey, because we can't do it alone, and we want to tell it from a true story. We want to not be the voice of it. We want to be the platform for the voices.
Yeah, definitely. And what, for you personally, what have been the biggest challenges you've had to overcome? Is it access to capital or just networking? Or
I think there's hesitation in land councils for us. So there's just been almost a barrier of, they're not sure if they trust us and that kind of thing. So it's kind of meeting and breaking down the barriers and, letting people know that we're here to do the right thing. If they don't want us to show something on the platform like sacred sites, we won't be doing that. We're doing it with them and not at them. So that's been a real barrier for us, getting a seat at the table initially. So that's where the networking is really important for us, and also the Indigenous connections.
Yeah. So what, if you don't mind me asking, what do you find that the land councils don't trust you?
Well, that's just my guess of it. But we're not getting callbacks or the initial meetings and stuff. So it could be that they're just busy or things like that. But yeah, it's been a bit of a theme in Victoria. other states and territories are fine. I think that there's just been a lot of displacement in Victoria, and there's probably building back the communication and stuff. And obviously, these aren't our mobs, so.
Have you reached out to your mobs or your mob up in?
Not yet. They've got a Freedom Day coming up, which is in respect of Vincent Linyari and the Wave Hill Walk-Off, which is coming out, which I'm hoping to get to. I think it's next weekend. So that's on country and it's a big celebration. So I'm hoping to get there and have some chats when I'm there.
Awesome. Sounds great and exciting. Like, time flies. It's already been 15 minutes. Have you got any, I don't know, last thoughts or
words
for anybody else? Call to action.
If anyone, knows any, has any connections or networking, please get in touch with us. If you're a small business, Indigenous business, and you want free advertising and stuff, we're happy to do it. Reach out to us and we'll pop you on our platform.
Yeah, definitely. It's great to have a yarn, Kayla. Love what you're doing with your Indigenous tourism marketplace. It's definitely a need there, and hopefully people get on board. It's great to chat. Enjoy the rest of your week.
You too. See you later.
All right. Catch ya. Bye.
Bye.